I think Pinda's still getting there.
That's okay. We can start a bit early.
Well, I also think Don's dead.
Are we going to have a drunk half-orc?
I mean...
I'm not dead. I was just waiting.
We seen what happened to him last time he tried to make a drinking race with me.
I was going to say, that's not what happened.
Well, that was more like half-orc that passed out in 5 seconds.
Yeah, that was good. So who wants to go over what happened last time? For those of us who cannot remember.
Not me this time.
Watch the video.
Plug.
Plug.
For those of us who can't watch the video because it's 3 hours long.
And fuck that shit.
Come on.
Just give me a second. I'm getting an image from my spooter. This is important.
Spooter more important than roleplay.
Spooter.
Spooter.
It's not spooter fuck.
I said Spooter.
James, did you get that picture of some of your gods from Smite or something?
The Osiris and Isis ones from Smite, yeah.
Thought so.
They were the easiest images to find. The others aren't.
There we go. Spooter now also has an icon. There you go.
Hooray. Oh god, so many legs.
You don't want to see the full image. That's even creepier.
Thank you.
Alright.
Are there giant many-legged creatures in this game?
Yes.
Yes.
But we're not going to meet any because I am nice to my players sometimes.
I mean, I am technically a giant many-legged creature. If I
You
can
know,
say
you know exactly what I'm talking about, Pinda.
Ones with more than 8. Twitter say yes, there are demons.
You know, some with hundreds.
Do we want to go over what happened last time?
Sure.
I nominate Pinda.
Yeah.
Alright, so we were done killing stuff in the temple of, well, in the hideout of the cultist. We got the statue back to Osiris and his the guys in the temple of Osiris, basically. And Osiris was very happy. He gave us some stuff, some nice loots, etc.
I have a glowing sword.
Yep.
Yes.
Can I use my sword as a light source?
Sure.
Yes.
Most of us dark vision anyway, but yeah, sure.
Just don't ruin other people's night vision with it.
And then he said, like, but my brother, or is this his brother, right?
Yes.
Yes, so my brother has not been completely defeated, and to seal him away, you need the power of a lot of other gods and peoples, etc. So we set out to gather the favors of the gods. We first went back to Akat and speak to what's his name again?
Nabate.
Yes, that's the guy.
He's even got his name underneath himself.
Who we have found out is
what's he again?
An Asimar.
An SMR.
Basically a Nephilim, but
Celestial. Nephilim are demons.
I thought Nephilim were the half angels.
Half demon.
Oh.
Yeah, so
they're half both.
He's basically like pretty powerful dude.
Inferior.
And we informed him, and he said, "You know what? You should go to Saltport. There's stuff going on there."
At which point Cyril kind of had a bit of surprise because he's always viewed Saltport as nothing more than a bit of a coastal settlement. Never mind that it's actually a really important trade hub with really significant economic value where actual cultists would probably gather en masse if they wanted to do any sort of organized crime.
Also, Elena really wanted to go there as well.
Yes. Because I want to send my sword home to my family. So that way they can take care of it while I am out adventuring with the new sword, the glowing sword.
Also, the Thur now has the spooter form.
And I gave an enchanted long sword to the Asimar.
Nabate.
Nabate, yeah, that's him. I'm terrible with names.
His name is right
Zero-
beneath him.
I don't see it on the screen.
How do I? Only you can
That's
see
weird.
it.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's not visible as a
I can
file.
fix that.
Also, Zero carried either Vial of Holy Water from Osiris back to Arcade because that's literally the place where the corruption started unfolding. So it's like, yeah, let's fix that.
Fix all the things.
Oh wait, I still have to add that my armor has gone up for the spider form by 2 because of the thing I have.
Your magical shape changing armor.
Yes. Wait. Just have to look up the normal DC for a giant spider. And that is a natural AC of
Ooh,
14.
Rooter noises. It's like the skittery noises.
So that means that I will have an AC of 16 naturally with that armor on as a spider.
Katie,
Hello.
how heavy would you said that statue was?
The statue of Osiris?
Yes.
At least as heavy as a full-grown adult, probably heavier.
There you go.
Also-
So you're saying 200, 300 pounds?
I don't know. Maybe.
I can
It-
lift
it's-
540.
It's made out of solid gold. Come on.
I
Gold
can
is
lift 540 pounds.
Gold's pretty
Actually,
fun.
if it's made out of solid gold and it's the height of a man, it probably weighs even more than a man.
I probably could have carried it.
You tried. You threw your back out.
It's not canon.
It literally
Might
happened.
as well be. You rolled that poorly.
Strengths don't matter.
All right.
For technique.
Question. Would we be able to purchase or rent a carriage and horse in town?
There are stables. You could probably get a horse.
I was
Maybe not a carriage. You might get a wagon, but those are
right,
not
but
good.
but they would speed up our travel time too.
Do you really want to fling through the desert on a very rickety wagon?
Because then
Fair
sound
enough.
will be coarse and stuck.
It will be in
everywhere.
your eyes. God damn it, Murs.
Don't drag. But I'm a dragonborn. I've got those eye filter things.
Yeah, but
Protect
only
my
you
eyes
do.
from
Only
sand.
you do.
I can literally just walk through a sandstorm, no problem.
Until the thunderstorm hits you.
Yeah, but a sandstorm. Wait, what? How does a sandstorm generate thunder?
Gods.
There's the same way where there's heat lightning.
Also gods.
Yeah.
Yeah, God.
Anyway, where are
So
we?
yeah, you
actually
can get
standing right
horses,
now?
but you guys are here.
Hmm.
You are probably in the inn. Fur is still mopping up your vomit from last night because, oh my god, you guys, you vomited on everything.
I didn't. I was fine. What are you talking about?
Okay,
Last
by
night.
you, I specifically mean Fur.
Oh, that was last night, wasn't it?
But I'm a half orc, so I'd like to throw up a lot.
You rolled a 3.
Yeah, I did.
It was beautiful.
Little Orkling cannot hold his liquor.
No, I just drank more.
Oh,
Folks,
boy.
it's kind of
literally
like-
drank-
I don't get it. I don't get this. Why people do this? Hey, poor bar.
I literally drank 2 barrels. Almost 2 barrels of
Well,
alcohol.
you're special. Trademark. Little twinkling star. You can go harass Nabate again before you go if you want, but it's probably better if you just
Before-
Leave.
Let's roll. Autobots, roll out.
Before we actually leave the town, Zero just wants to quickly say to Nabate, by the way, I should have probably told you this last night, but on our way back here, along the outskirt roads to Arquette, there was a cursed sword stuck in the head of a body in the middle of the road. And when I say cursed, I mean that sword was enchanted with something I have yet to encounter. it's obviously blood magic, but it compelled that person who it was stuck in to kill himself with that sword.
It
I don't
drives
know-
you.
I don't know how exactly you keep your soldiers stocked with arms, but if you ever have any arms dealers come by here who can't account
This
for the
ain't a
origin of their wares, I would treat them with wisdom and suspicion, personally.
As for the enchantment, it makes you hear voices that drive you insane. I know. for a fact.
Nabate is certainly going to take a much closer eye on anybody carrying weapons in town. Even you guys. Just to be safe.
I'm sure we earned his trust.
He trusts you. He just doesn't trust weapons. Because weapons can have multiple enchants stuck on them.
Yeah.
Breathing
Oh
down
wait,
right now.
it's not Sputter Thur, it's normal Thur. I've got so many Thurs. There we go, that's the good one.
Shiny girl?
Cultist!
Arg, a talking spider.
He actually has a character sheet now.
Yay!
Thought you were going to give him a new character icon.
Nah, not yet. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Alright.
Let's head out.
Do you want to get horses or not?
Yes,
How much do horses cost?
Good question.
we have enough PP.
We have money now.
You guys have a lot of PP.
I can't really hear much.
Oh,
Why not?
I'm lagging a lot.
oh.
Yeah, we have 100 PP.
Dee.
I
I'm
have
not
1
gonna
PP too.
You people just
Wait,
want
no,
to
I
say
have
PP.
14 PP. Because 10 gold to 1 PP.
God damn.
No. It's like, do you want just like a basic horse? You want a pony?
Durable trekking horses, I think, is better.
How much is a war horse?
A war horse is 400 gold.
Damn it. I've only got 100.
A standard riding horse will be 75 gold.
Is it permanent or just
Permanent.
rental?
You keep the horse. Just make sure you pick him up whenever you leave the settlement. Don't do what we did in that last campaign and leave them outside the Underdark so they get eaten by.
So who's selling the horses?
It's being sold by a farmer on the edge of Kent.
Are there like exactly 6 horses? Is it six,
Nope,
six,
I
right?
failed.
Down here.
Because
He has quite a few horses.
all right, so I kind of want to spend some time using speak animals just to like see which animals are the most rugged and can like spend the most time
Yep.
out and tracking.
Okay, I'll
There
allow
was,
that.
there was supposed to be quotation marks after, so before finally and, out.
Fur
but,
is off to make friends with the fighters, horses, not spiders.
Yeah.
He is a spider.
I'd ride a spider.
No, I'm not a spider anymore.
Not before scaring the crap out of that poor cultist.
Are you a normal giant spider, or are you like the tiny spiders that Bun put on the general chat?
Oh no, I'm a giant spider.
But he
So
looks
like the
like
spider.
those tiny
So
ones.
Aragon.
So,
Aragog.
anybody else like to do
Aragog.
anything with the horsey horse?
Pretty much.
I'd
Oof.
be willing to buy one for somebody because
Like
I
You
I have,
have-
are
I
the
have,
banker.
I have
What?
all the money.
Then we all getting one, I guess?
Yeah.
Well, can
I
horses take
buy-
2 people, or what is like the weight distribution even work like?
I mean, if two people,
One person per
people,
horse.
if the 2 people were like halflings, probably 2. But yeah, otherwise 1.
Okay, so you can't ride shotgun
Yeah.
with it sometimes.
I- Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to
So,
find
like-
an especially big horse for me.
I'd have to get a bigger horse
No, you don't. These are proper big horses.
Yeah. I do try to pair like the animals with as best as I can with the riders.
It's
I
450
am
gold
the
overall.
biggest-
So like the one who I know is strongest, like I give to Elena.
Strongest. Who's the
Which
one
is
that beat
also
the
the
rib
tallest.
tag?
I'm sorry, what, Bun?
I think Bun's trying to be racist against Dragonborns. I'm not sure.
No, I was not. I was saying that the other person there was that for some reason Hafsa managed to be extremely strong. I don't know how, but she
Yeah.
did.
Well, the thing is, like, Elena is also giant because she's I think 8 feet.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
Yep,
8 foot on the dot.
and she's wearing a lot of armor as well. So given the strongest horse,
I'm
the
wearing
heaviest
full
Can
armor.
I-
chainmail.
Can I go pick out and figure?
You can
What?
also go talk to horse.
I
and do
mean,
things.
do
You
you
can
have
try
to-
animal handling it or whatever.
Yeah.
Or
I
speak
mean,
with animals, which I
Hang
think
on.
you have.
do you have speak with animals, Bun?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, Seth?
Can I? What? I didn't hear anything that's just happened because I've been lagging too bad. So what did you say? Sorry. Are we buying horses from someone?
You
Yes.
guys are buying horses from a farmer who lives here. This is his farm. He has some horses.
You
He
mean
has some
for-
spare
you mean-
horses.
You mean 450 gold in total, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Surely that
Hence
comes with,
horses,
saddle
plural.
pads
I mean,
and stirrups and
Hang on.
75 gold each.
Hang- Hold on. Can I try to
Barter.
haggle the prices down?
Sure.
Yeah.
She's
Uh,
choosing this horse.
Persuasion, isn't it?
Try persuasion.
Persuasion, isn't it? We're on a quest to go and save this. Well, okay, what's it called? Continent? Is it continent?
Well,
world.
really.
Well,
Prevent a terrible disaster.
we need to,
Crap.
and to do that, we need the prices to be lowered a bit. I mean, come on, we're not trying to save you all here.
He will knock 25 gold off the price, which drops it down to 300 gold.
Can
Overall.
she go over and try to persuade?
No,
Seth already.
that's plenty enough.
He's not going any lower than 50.
If we do this, we will. If you try to go any lower, we will literally rob him of his
So
livelihood.
That's true.
Yeah.
there's 10 gold to 1 platinum, right?
Yep.
Yep. All right. That means we have 70 platinum left.
Does that go in inventory?
300 gold
Add a
points.
horse
300 gold
here.
now. Pinner.
Add a horse to your inventory now. Give it an interesting
yeah,
description
yeah.
so that when I'm messing around in your character sheets, I'll be amused.
I got a picture.
He has no name.
I can't remember the breed,
Look, it's a horse.
but that's the one she picked.
It's a horse with no name.
I'm thinking of the name.
Wow.
I literally can't hear you.
Oh dear. Seth,
Wow.
you don't die.
I have 1,000 MS to Discord. I can't hear what
Oh,
anyone's saying.
Jesus Christ. Can we change the service?
She's naming the horse Aurora.
Maybe change the service will fix it? I don't know.
She has
We're
named the
currently
horse.
on EU Central. Let's.
Yeah,
Alright.
now in EU West. So that's not any
Seth,
better.
this is better. Seth.
I think we've killed him. Oops. Ah, no audio.
That damn Seth's terrible internet.
God damn you, Wales.
Can't leave the channel. Oh god.
Oh god, he's stuck here forever.
Seth used to be a pro Genji player, and then Wales happened.
Oh,
Okay,
there
yeah.
we go.
Seth,
Are we allowed to buy armor for the horses?
Don't buy horse armor.
Sure,
Buy
fine.
horse
Why
armor.
not?
I'm just gonna fill your inventory full of Bethesda references.
Oh, weenie.
Honestly, Bun, in a little town like this, you'd need a blacksmith to custom make horse armor for your horse,
I mean,
and that
the
would take a
only-
lot of days.
yeah, and the only blacksmith we have in Akkad is
I'm
he
just
works
gonna
on
put.
tiny things.
I'm gonna put this here because are we allowed to like pick like our stirrups? And I mean, she can ride bareback, but
Well, that's up to you. It doesn't really matter to me.
No,
Yeah.
good.
All
Tess,
right,
can you
bareback.
hear us?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Good.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Incidentally, you could have also bought a mastiff as a mount. If you're short enough.
what do you guys think of the horse?
It's a horse.
Definitely not time at them.
No, it's pretty though.
I'm not clicking through.
Elena is not riding her horse, my Vilyask, bareback.
Oh wait, hold on.
My
I made
Vilyask
some
is derived from the dragon.
I made change to
script.
Gypsy Varna.
Saddles cost more. You did not get a saddle with the horse. The level worker is an altogether different guy.
All right, let's go over there and haggle with him now.
He's
Third,
closed.
third just rides bareback, and he just communicates with the horse the entire time.
All right, change in horse.
He
Don't change a horse.
The
I
guy's
changed what it
froze?
looked like.
He's not closed. He just
Oh,
he probably has a few saddles lying around though.
yeah. The saddles are 5 gold each.
Have you whipped into shit?
No,
Sorry.
that's okay. I'm buying a saddle.
Can we put like music?
no.
Thing.
Saddles are 5 gold each.
Okay,
I
would like
bought the
okay,
saddle.
yeah.
If you buy one, it subtracts the stuff from your gold and add it to your inventory.
Okay, so I have
And the
to.
banker.
Like, having a horse by inventory.
How much?
Yes,
So
and
in
the whole
total,
horse.
I want to buy the horse. I want to buy.
No, Pinda has dealt with the cost of the horse.
Okay,
Ura has dealt with that because he is the banker.
I want the blanket, the stirrups, that whole shebang.
Let's have a look. The bit and bridle.
What's it called again?
Aren't they all attached? They're all attached. Or that's the
The
stirrup.
bridle.
Yeah.
The bit and bridle on the saddle is what you want, which is altogether 7 gold.
Okay, that's easy enough.
Do they come with reins at least?
The
That's
reins
the
are
bridle.
the bit and bridle.
That's bridle. Yeah. Do you not know anything about horses?
No, I know. I
That
don't know
shows.
anything.
To be honest, I
It
doubt
shows.
Cyro knows anything. Zero even knows anything about horses because he grew up. Well,
Yeah, on a
On the
coastal
sea.
settlement where everyone ever used was boats.
My character probably knows the most about horses, just for what they tell him.
the horse is telling me that you're all jerks.
Well, I lived in a village, so I know.
I'm sure my family had horses.
Good.
Yeah, if you're noble family, you definitely have.
Yeah, and
yeah.
I know how to. If anyone needs taught how to put the saddle on and off,
The level
I just
worker
know
guy
this.
will put it on for you.
And I shall name my horse Milvis.
I could just imagine.
My Villas.
I could just imagine Elena carrying the horse instead of the horse carrying him for her.
But the horse is
Yeah.
as tall as Elena.
Just like Trigal. Just like Trigal.
Just picks up horse. I carry you now.
The horse is as tall as Elena. though.
how good is the leather worker?
He's pretty decent.
It's
It's only a small town.
True.
Let's not waste too
Would-
much time here.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what.
The longer you spend time here, the more.
Oh, this okay. I
powerful
need
the
to
Avatar
change this because
gets.
otherwise I'm gonna do this on the side. Because otherwise this is gonna become a dress up again. So just go. Well, let's continue.
Like, okay, how much do just the reins cost?
2.
The bit and bridle.
2 gold.
So
Yeah,
2 gold.
Sarah's just gonna buy the reins simply
Yeah.
because that's what's needed
Alright.
to control. He doesn't care about.
How many reins are we buying?
I
I
think we've
paid
also
for my own.
gold. Yeah, I think we've also subtracted the gold from.
I think
our-
people have enough gold to pay for those individually.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Which I have done so.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm not using any. I have, Thur is currently like forming a bond with the horse.
I named my horse a shorthand for in Draconic for North Star because he's a pure black horse with a white four-pointed star on his forehead.
I named mine.
Horse.
Milvis.
No.
Mavilis.
So
No, I named her Aurora.
Nabate is just looking at you from afar and going, "You know, guys, I just named my horse Horse."
Maleficent Minister?
My vil is.
Roach the horse.
Of course.
I asked my horse what his name is.
He replies, "Horse."
It's
Okay,
replies-
also, can I ask? Hold on.
What are you asking?
So Tynot, if your horse could actually make a fist, would it be the fist of the North Star?
Yes,
Ayo.
but that's not what the joke's about. It's not
I
even
know.
a joke.
Insert Kenshiro noise here. I'm not even gonna try it because
I think I could do it, but not without drawing attention to myself from the rest of my
Yes.
family.
yes. I'm just gonna type it.
Well done. It's a horse.
Let's
have
go.
What did she say?
Ponder. Upon the whoops.
Yes.
Epina? Yeah.
Not enough.
All right. Is everyone ready?
I'd rather.
You know the funny thing, the AT means horse in Turkish.
Basically, you
There's
just yelled
horse,
horse.
horse.
Can we stop
Let's
walking around
roll
and go
out.
around?
I would say it's going to take you about 4 days. Well, it would take you 4 days on foot, but as you have horses, and horses take a day off.
Only a day? Wow.
You're starting quite late. You guys dipped around a lot.
Since I guess you guys were
Yeah,
leading
fine.
quite a bit, maybe I should take lead this time for at least one day.
That's fine by me.
Go forth, my drow friend. Roll me a d20.
Scheiße.
Ooh.
Yes.
Wow.
Roll me a d100.
Oh.
No, Hodder.
Oh, God.
No harder today.
You have 3 dice turned on.
You have stumbled across a very, very weird sight. In the middle of the road, there is a bear.
Mhm.
A bear.
The bear doesn't seem interested in you. The bear is eating a cake.
Is it a lie?
You hear a strange voice that seems to be emanating from the bear. And the strange voice says, "We will offer you riches if you bring us fresh bear bodies." The bear is
Unbelievable.
still enamored of the cake.
I say, who is speaking?
She's just gonna. Okay, bear. Does that mean I
Like
can like
me.
take off my?
I am a bear.
Nope.
Why do you want bear bodies?
Reasons?
I mean,
What's this 3D desk?
How are you speaking?
Magic. Got a cake.
Cyril wants to look at the cake because that's what's the most out of place thing here. Not the bear, the cake.
Bears don't live here. The cake seems to have a strange aura around it.
Can I detect
Insight
magic?
on. I want insight
said
on
it
the
first.
intentions of the voice.
It's
Uh,
overworldly.
What does it mean by bear bodies? Does it actually mean like dead bears or like living bears and things like that?
You get the feeling it means dead bears.
Am I able to purify the cake? So
No.
Can I do a check on the cake?
is it No,
Sure.
detect poison. I need to detect poison.
Well, you're sure the cake is magical. It's just You're not entirely sure what kind of magic.
And
They're like-
I checked the cake as well.
Oh, that's
What?
a nice
Wait,
blank
what?
result. Oh, there we go.
3D dice takes the laser out of it if I turn it on, so I'm gonna disable 3D dice again.
Yeah, good idea.
Why is there a giant 7 on the field now?
On the 3D dice. Got that.
There you go.
Let's have a think. Again, it's magical.
Sir, turn into a bear.
It's okay. You get visions of tentacles when you think of this cake.
Ugh.
Cartoon.
And I remember Critch.
Cartoon.
Gaffu.
Do you hear it call?
Oh
Do
god.
you say anything of it or not?
Well,
Yeah.
I mentioned what I sensed to everyone, basically.
You probably use the words slimy tentacles and have lots of hand gestures.
Ew.
And you're like, and it's like this big.
Wibbly wobbly, slimy blimey.
Ew.
Milky tentacles.
At this point, Sir just rolls his eyes. He's just like, who wants to take a bet on that creature's intentions?
Nope. You sense nothing. Despite this feeling very like tentacles, it's just the magic old god cake. And a bear. The bear isn't magical. The bear's normal.
So it's not evil at all?
I mean, he wants bear carcasses, but
Nani? What, anyway?
he wants bear carcasses, but maybe he just wants to make a rug. You don't know.
Maybe he's just a druid that's stuck in that form.
How many is it looking for?
Oh,
Many
I am
as you
so
can bring.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
As many
sorry,
as you can
must die.
bring.
You must give him your.
It's no
your corpse.
rush.
See, if we were in the
For a brief moment, the bear actually looks up, makes a weird grunting noise whilst looking at Fur, and just goes back to the cake.
I think it would not be a good idea to continue eating that cake.
Try animal handling. I know you're a druid, but
Make sure to ask consent before you handle the animal.
I mean, Pinda can do that.
Not anymore. Not right now. We can't.
You know what? I'm giving you
Um,
advantage just because you can turn into a friggin' bear.
I mean, if that doesn't work, I want to cast that together with this spell.
Okay. With those combined, the bear looks up from the cake and just kind of flumps back on its haunches. And you've never seen a bear look bewildered before, but this one's kind of just got the face of, how the hell did I get here?
I try talking again. How did you get here?
The bear has no idea. The bear shows you, via the link that you have with it, of it falling from a tree. But it appears to be in a place that no mortal has ever seen. If you guys can guess where this bear has come from, I'll be very impressed.
Did this go from the world tree, the Yggdrasil?
The bear is not from the world tree.
Alright.
The world tree is far to the north.
So it's not from Yggdrasil. Okay.
No. Yggdrasil.
Alright.
Nordressel.
A tree that
Or shell
it
Dressel,
fell
you
from
know.
a tree that no mortal has been to
I-
before.
I stand next to the bear, lay my hand on him, and I'm gonna cast. Let's see, wait.
Bear on bear action, unbearable.
I'm all bear right now.
You give
I
it a
got-
berry.
I give him a berry and say to him, go north, and I like use a directional, because I mean animals have a good sense of direction. Just
Yep.
follow that way. There are greener pastures there with more food for you.
Does Ver tell us about the image he saw?
Not yet. He's more concerned for the bear right now.
The
Yeah.
bear seems to like the idea of greener pastures with more food. I mean, cake was good and all, but cake is only so good. More food.
All right, and then I say, this berry will sustain you for only one day. So we'll only have food for one sun cycle. So I communicate the concept of a day to him, and
Sun go up, sun go down.
yes, and go up, and go down, and say to him that he must reach that the greener pastures before that.
The bear accepts this,
All right.
noms down on the berry, and just lumbers off northwards. Left the cake behind. To be fair, there's not much of it left.
Something weird happened to this bear. I don't know what. But it might have something to do with this weird cake. I think we can examine it more closely now if you guys want to. This is not my
Yes.
area of expertise.
Mars, does this count as one of these artifacts you so hunger to get your hands on, even if it is a bit squishier than what you might expect?
Can I take it to you told us about where you think the bear's from, or where the bear told you it's from, or no?
You can
Dang.
imagine the look on Marus's face after
Having
that
just
remark.
seen
It's like,
this bear lumber off. Like, what just happened?
do you wish to die, shiny boy? To try to tease me like this?
Shiny, shiny.
It's basically Marus refers to both Paladins, shiny boy and shiny girl so far.
Wow.
You're wearing shiny.
I'm
armor, so-
not doing anything though. I still want to cut your tongue off.
Right.
You went from pacifist to pacifist real fast.
Ha!
Right?
All right.
So, Marus, would you like to examine the mystery cake?
Maybe I can sense a bit better now?
Now that it's no longer a bear trying to eat it. This cake, and possibly the bear, has come to you from the elemental plane of bears.
Wait, what?
Somewhere,
Of course.
a rift has opened between
Oh.
many realms,
There's no bear
and the
level.
bear fell out of a tree and into our realm.
Katie, there's no bear level.
Wow.
There's no bear level.
Elemental plane of bears. Of
The
course.
elemental plane of bears. I found it in my Google Drive again. I
Yeah,
love it.
of course it is.
I was gonna roll history and see if I knew anything about a bear eating of the tree where no mortal has ever been,
Now that's because it's on the elemental.
and I
plane.
would have failed.
Yeah, it's because it was in the elemental plane of bears, where no mortal has ever
Do you
been.
do you tell us this, Maurice?
Yeah. Like,
I like
yeah.
to imagine as Marus says these words, there's this look on his face of, I can't believe I'm actually saying this.
Yeah. Basically.
Elemental plane of
Wait, there's like,
bears.
Comes from Beartopia.
even as a druid, I never knew there was an elemental plane of bears.
Well,
There are many bears.
I chuckled to myself. You learn something new every day.
well, Druid friend, maybe that's where your, bear abilities are coming from.
Abilities.
Who knows? Who knows?
Onwards, my fellow adventurers.
Oops, helps if I don't accidentally.
What does this cake do?
It made a creepy voice come out of the bear. You can abandon it on the road where it'll probably be eaten by scavengers.
I mean, I should probably burn it, but I'm not wasting
You
that.
can burn it if you want.
It's not evil though.
Çok yeniyiz şu
No,
anda.
it's
It's
not
just-
evil. It's
It's
just
from
Biraz
another
önce
element
geçiyorduk.
plane.
Buradan
It's just
denk
creepy.
geldi.
Yes.
from a World Wide Bears talk.
Yeah. All right. Then I'm gonna lead the party for the next stretch.
Give me
I want to afterwards. How long
You
a
get one
stretch
more
is
day.
there? Because I'll take the next one.
Cinder will take it up to here. Let's see.
14.
Well, this means you don't have to roll a d100.
Ooh.
Thankfully.
But it does mean we get attacked.
No.
Okay.
You get this nice mundane encounter. Coming across against you on the road, it's an adventurer clothed entirely in green. Looks a bit like a fairy. God knows what he's doing. And he comes up to you and mostly just yells at you.
Tinkerbell, what have you done again?
There's this little blue fairy thing hovering near his shoulder, and he just goes, sorry,
God damn it.
Master Sword? Hey, listen.
Oh,
I had to do it. Sorry.
Hey, listen!
Oh, okay.
comment on my horse
listen.
when I say my horse's name.
If I wasn't
Suddenly-
a druid, I would evaporate the fairy.
Suddenly, buck the fairy with the horse's, rear legs.
I just evaporated the fairy with my greatsword.
The fairy goes careening off into space. The green clothed adventurer just looks at him and goes, "Yeah, he is free. The fairy is dead." He doesn't have that master sword. He kind of looks at you guys like, hmm? He can't speak except for the noises. So
Yeah.
God
don't
damn it,
have
Link.
to-
Excuse me, princess.
he hangs his head and
Wow.
continues on his way. Maybe one day he will
Bye.
find the master sword.
Bye, Zelda.
I don't know what you're talking about. The Master Sword's in my hand right now.
When you say that, an arrow goes slinging right past your head.
Ah!
Though he did appreciate your horse's name. He patted your horse.
Ah!
There's lots of chaff.
Ah!
Totally.
Ah!
I killed Navi.
Ah! Oh,
Time out
God.
killed Navi. Just, wow.
Alright. Bun, roll the next d20.
Also, make sure that over the course of this journey, you are deducting one ration per 30-20.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Well,
day.
not
Oh, yeah.
not for the first day.
Not for the first day, but for the...
No, because one day I made good berries, so that's
Oh, yeah.
sustenance for one day.
Good berries. So,
So from
just
1917 now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
roll me a d100.
Roll a 100. Roll a 100.
Might help if I'm
But
texting in the.
Who put the dice? Don't turn 3D icon, please.
Oops.
Not
Hold on.
3D dice.
Sorry.
You can drag and drop the dice into like a token.
Please don't do that. 73. You have come across a mysterious chest in the middle of the road.
Is it
Now,
Now, the chest is one of those fancy ones, fancy wooden ones with the golden embossing and all of that.
I want to open it.
As far as you can
My,
tell,
my
it's empty. I mean, it's open in front of you. It's empty. But
Oh.
is it empty? This doesn't seem right.
oh god, it's a mimic.
It's a
No.
mimic. Please no.
I would like to roll perception and also remind that thanks to that shield
Whoops.
of force, I have advantage on this particular skill
Well
check.
done, Bertie.
I don't have detect magic prepared, so
There's something hidden here.
Quick, load
You
up with
can
the
tell
bomb.
something is hidden. But it's not something that wants to eat you. If it wanted to eat you, it would have eaten you by now. Oh,
Wow.
and Marus can sense this faint magical aura. Whatever is in the chest is invisible.
Oh.
Hmm.
Can I take a bunch of the sand and when we open it, throw it on there so that we can see what it looks like?
chest is already open, man.
Just
Well,
already
can we
open,
throw
yeah.
sand onto it?
Sand gets in there all the time. It's windy.
And it's coarse and irritating.
So if you pour enough of the sand in there, it'll outline the area in which this invisible object is sitting.
Okay, you can try it, but just roll me a d20. Let's see how effective this is.
Or maybe we can just fill it with water
That's
so we can see the outlines of the invisible thing.
Fill it with water, you said.
Mhm.
This water is becoming very helpful.
It is.
Who would know that druids were actually very handy class to have around?
I did.
Yep.
So did I, don't worry.
Fur completely floods the inside of the chest, and you can hear the sound of what sounds like, well, metal clinking against metal within there. Unfortunately, it's now overflowing, and whatever's inside it is slowly flowing out.
Oh god.
What
You know,
do
at
you
this point,
do?
I'm just gonna reach in and start grabbing.
The objects that you feel in your hand are small and circular.
It's coin.
Hmm.
Correct.
wait.
Still invisible.
Zero's also going to reach in, and upon feeling the object and seeing that it's running away, I get to use this for the first time in forever that I chose as my class thing, and it's actually got utility, and I'm not using it for damage. Freeze everything still.
Assuming you hit it.
Now have a chest ice cube.
How does that help?
Oh, look for the bubbles.
Yeah, we can start chipping through it, pulling gold coins out. I'm gonna pull out the coin. I'm
They're
gonna
still
pull out.
invisible though.
They're
You
still
can't see
invisible.
them. They're still invisible.
Yeah, but we can eventually get them disenchanted.
No, but we can't see them to find out where they are.
But we can see the pockets of quote unquote
The
air.
pocket of nothing in the ice.
Do
Yeah.
we see a lot of
You can see lots of little holes in the ice where you assume the coins are.
Yep, and I'm just
But
gonna start
you
chipping
cannot
away
see
and
them.
pulling them out. Because I can obviously feel them.
what
So I'm just gonna start chipping away with my claws and pulling them out.
How are you going to prevent yourself from losing them?
Putting them in my coin pouch.
Also, I'm ready to ally, but I suggest you take the second attack roll on that Ray of Frost.
And you will.
Because in case if you have an advantage.
Okay, right, yeah, that's what that does. Going on settings.
So yeah. I'll put the coins in my coin pouch. I don't know exactly how much I have, but I have some random amount of coin.
Alright.
I figure I'll spend the time and money to go get them disenchanted.
Alright. Then that's what we do.
Yep, I'm just pulling them in my coin pouch.
Yes.
Let the horse drink from the
Very
from the chest.
How-
Oh wait, it's frozen now, never mind.
Ice cold
Well, they
water
can
is
lick it.
kind of like it melts a bit under the sun. It's an ice lick.
Yes.
Also, how many coins do I find? Because I'm going to put them in the amount in my inventory of the number of coins I find.
You've probably managed to scramble together around 20 that haven't floated away.
Alright.
Now, these coins, they have, like, all currency has, like, different embellishments in it. Right?
Yep.
Like, some might have little square holes in them, other things. Like, if I pull up the coin things. I should be able to just identify them based on the feeling,
Maybe.
theoretically.
Theoretically, but this would
You'd probably
mean
have
that
to
you
roll
would
a
need to know your knowledge of the history of the world.
Or investigation.
Which I can do. Which I am, like,
Do both history
Proficient
and
in
investigation for me.
Okay, give me 1 second.
These are traders' tokens. Specifically, traders' tokens from Soulport.
Huh.
What these are doing invisible in the middle of a road, anybody's business. But there may be somebody back in Soulport who wants them.
Cool. What are they worth?
Depends on who you give them to. A
So
merchant's
they don't have
token,
it.
merchant's token can be exchanged for goods and services. I'd like money.
See, I told you guys I should be the banker person. I know all about money.
Yes, and you also know how to spend that.
I'm a
Right.
responsible chick.
All right. As we approach Saltport, Thur throws on the hood and tries as much as he can to hide that he is looking slightly orcish.
Slightly orcish.
Welcome to Saltport, ladies and gentlemen.
So you're just trying to hide that you're half orc.
Yes.
The guards
Look,
are
bud. If anyone tries to fuck with you, they're gonna have to deal with my royalty
now.
or nobility.
The guards of this place are not the Arakwa you were used to from the other temples, and they do regard you somewhat warily. Set up around the town is a somewhat newly built palisade fence. Well, some attempt at a wall, but it's obviously very early days.
I'm still carrying my shining
Except
blue,
things aren't going well.
and gold sword on my shoulder. So
Yeah, they're giving you quite the interesting look. A look that can be best described as, oh great, first it's a friggin' Dragonborn, now it's that. They're also a bit distrustful of the figure who's a bit shorter than you, but as they can't see what the race is, it's just a very tall person.
well, I'll go up to the gate and present my one. I'll see if the same guy who, because I'm assuming I came through this port to get here. I'm gonna see if the same guy who was working the gate is here and see. So if he recognizes me, too, I'm gonna present my pedigree and my signet ring.
Now, this is probably the only place in this whole land where people will actually pay attention to that signet ring. It means the guards do... Well, they let their guard down a little bit. They let you pass.
These are my trusted comrades. They're with me.
I'm sorry about Cat.
If you say so, ma'am. They cause any trouble, though, well, you know how
They'll
it
deal
is.
with me first.
God's got a bit of a pet who might want to deal with them first.
I'm aware of said pet. Believe me, I've spent quite the time making sure I know everything there is to know about Hamlet.
All right.
Can I roll perception to see if I know any of these guards simply from having lived here?
Sure. You do indeed recognise quite a number of these guards, as some of them appear to have gained a few new war wounds since you last saw them. But, hey, they're alive. Despite being in the service to a god of life and death, they are very much alive.
As we try to get a favor from your god here, I think it's wise for you to take the lead.
Agreed. At the very least, I can speak to those inside the temple itself, and, well...
Well, first we should find a stable to bed and, Tony is trying to think of the word, to board our...
To stable our horses.
To stable our horses, okay.
No?
Hello. Seth Dudes, have we lost you? We've lost Seth Dudes.
God damn it.
Seth Dudes.
Damn it, Wales.
Seth, are you there? No audio. There's a cricket in your robes, member. So what do you do? Is it better?
Because
Can you hear us?
we're back to Central Europe. Again.
So,
Sir, why do you curse at the whales out in that ocean? What have they done to you?
a whale in the ocean pops up and goes, "Rrrr," and disappears.
Because I can't turn into one yet.
It's just a whale,
Keyword
like,
yet.
all the way over there, just making
Keyword,
noise at you now.
Keyword, yes, because well, that's just I think one level away. I think. Wait.
Why would you want to turn into a whale?
So we can
I
travel the ocean in style.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we're just tying up the horses at this point. Like we've already.
I mean,
somewhere
this
that
is
could-
like a port
Yeah.
trading city, so goods go from here, and then a land route. So there's probably a place to stable our horses, right?
Yeah. There are a number of inns in this city. / village / whatever.
I'm actually going to ask to separate and take care of some personal business real quick. It'll take but maybe 2 hours.
All right.
This means the rest of the party must find a way to occupy themselves.
Mhm.
I recommend not putting the pointy ends of your swords anywhere near yourself.
And Tums and Twiddling is also a good pastime adventure, I think.
Well, but you have books.
I mean, you can come with
Yes.
me if you'd like, but
Now that
I'm gonna
reminded
be
me, I
doing
actually
that.
have tomes that I recovered a while back that I kind of want to investigate.
Should we find a good place to stay, just in case we have to stay here a few days, which I think we have.
yeah, that's probably a good idea. I'm just gonna head down to docks to see if one of my homeland's merchants are in town.
Of course. Who's coming with me? I'm gonna just look for accommodation.
Sounds like a good idea, my friend. I have certain tomes I need to go over before we proceed further.
Okay. And then I guess we search for the nearby inn that also looks not like a inn that's just visited by salty sea dogs.
You definitely don't want the one who has a sailor hanging out one of the upper windows who looks a bit. He looks
Yeah.
like he's seasick on land, which is a miracle.
Yeah, or the ones like that just have tons.
So I would suggest going for one closer to the edge of town.
like one that has a permanent bar fight going on.
Anyway, I'm going to stand right here at the end of the dock and do I see anyone I recognize?
It seems like a ship from your homeland either came in recently or is in right now, because you can see a number of people who recognize.
Well, I'm talking specifically about the crew, so they'll still be here if I recognize them. And I'll walk up. I've got on my breastplate. I've got my family signet on it. Sorry, I'm stuttering now for some reason. I'm gonna walk up and start looking for a merchant ship that's ask around for a merchant ship that's heading back towards my homeland, my currently unnamed homeland. I'm just gonna call it Dragon Reach. Straight up steal a name from
Of course.
Skyrim. It's Dragon Reach.
Dragon's Reach.
No, it's
In-
Dragon Reach.
Skyrim is Dragon's Reach.
I know, but I'm changing it a little bit.
Well,
So straight up sitting it. Slightly
in
more fine.
the middle of people who are passing by you, because this is a fishing dock and a commercial dock at the same time. There's a guy who, clocks you, and his face lights up, and he's like, "It's you! You're not dead!
Mm.
It's fucking great, man. Woman. Whatever. I'm never sure what to say to you. So weird."
Well, what gave you the idea that I was dead?
Well, long journey, innit?
Yeah,
he's
you know.
they're by the docks.
Some of you may have come into the inn by this point, maybe, or
Yeah.
be looking for an inn, and Elaine is on the docks.
And I'm
And
just gonna-
Hafsa's staring over, going,
You're not coming with us to look for an inn and accommodations?
she will. She's like, oh, as far away from the water as she can get for now.
I mean, if one of you wanted to follow me just to eavesdrop, I wouldn't have cared. But really, all my
Someone
characters are
wants
going to
to
be doing is I'm going to take.
try and get a drink before, if they go on a boat, she'll take a drink because no.
Don't worry. At the moment, you are quite happily landlocked. Aside from the open
I'm
port.
going to. I'm going to catch up with him for a while, and then I'm going to ask him when his ship sets out.
He thinks his ship should be setting out in a couple of days. Depends on when they're actually able to get goods to and from places again.
Right.
Things are a bit weird outside.
Right. Because I've got both a letter which I would like for you to take to my parents for me, and I'd like you to bring to them my sword too, for safekeeping. Because right now I've got a bit of an upgrade. I'll say, to tapping the glowing blue and gold sword on my resting against my leg right now.
He laughs and says, "Really? Couldn't have guessed that was an upgrade." I remember the old
Yeah.
one.
Osiris gave it to me himself.
He lets out a low whistle. It's
Mhm.
like, fancy.
Yeah. I'm going
Ow,
to
yes.
I'm going to be doing some work for him while
Can we
I'm
get
here.
some music
So
in the background? Like,
No.
I'd
theme-
appreciate it if you could take this home to my parents for me.
He
For
vows that
safekeeping.
he will return the items and the letter as soon as he possibly can.
She
Mhm.
is
And
Hafsa
I'm
allowed.
going to drop 10 gold into his hand as payment for his services.
Well, at first his initial reaction is, "You don't have to pay me for this. You know, I work for your family. It's fine."
I will say, no, my family has never once asked for free labor.
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna look around and see if there's anyone.
I need the god list again real quick, because my family, having worked with the merchants and sailors quite closely because of our trade industry.
What?
I just saw what Murdy died.
Okay, what is it you want to turn up?
Which of these gods would be closely related to the sea and merchants and things like that?
There is a god of the Great Green. And the Great Green is basically the entire sea you see to the left. Yes, I know it's blue. It's green in the middle.
But yeah, I'd like to say to him, may Osiris and both this god, because I don't know his name yet. What's his name?
One moment. I've forgotten his name myself.
I wanted to pull it up, but I thought you PM'd it to the link to the list to me, but I can't find it.
His name is Wajwer, the god of the Great Green.
May both Osiris and Wadrir guide your travels. As a
Thank you for
goodbye.
background music. Am I allowed to look around and see if there's anybody that I know?
It's unlikely, as this is quite
Oh,
decently
Well,
far.
look at somebody who'd be willing to talk to her. She wants to ask questions. She just found
Well,
out that.
It's a port town.
Okay.
There's going to be drunk sailors all over the place who talk to you.
Okay, so she wants
And
to
Larry.
go up to one of the less. Well, actually, one of the more. What would you call seasoned ones, and ask him if he knows anything of her unnamed parents as of yet. Crap, I never gave them names. Well, as of right, nameless. Ask them if they've seen them or heard anything. Now that she knows that they're alive, and she'll describe what they look like. Which, one of them is the man is darker skin, and has blonde hair. Woman has red hair, and she's
To
as
be
white
honest,
as can be.
Sorry, the sailor's fallen asleep.
Oh, damn it!
He's very drunk.
She's just
And
gonna let up
seasick.
an next to his eyes. She's gonna
I need 5 minutes to go take care of my puppies.
Well, fine. She's gonna be like,
5-minute drink
can
break.
she examine this person and like see if there's anything?
No,
Not to
you're not.
steal.
No, don't examine the sailor. There's
Oh.
a couple of port guards eyeing you a bit warily as it is.
What? They're
They're just
I'm
like-
a paladin.
Yeah, we know you're a paladin, love, but we've had some really shady characters here lately. Doesn't matter what they look like.
If you want Shay, look at the other paladin here. He's
He's from me.
covered. I know, but he's. Forget you guys aren't any fun.
We work for a death god. Come on. Come on, Mum, whilst I get a drink.
I've always wondered, is Anubis allergic to cats?
What?
What?
Oh wait, no.
What?
Nothing. I'm talking to myself.
So,
Okay, she's probably gonna regret this, but she's just like under her breath to go see. You know why Anubis doesn't do as he's told? He was never trained. 'Cause dog. And then she's gonna quickly go, I'm just trying to make a silly joke. Please don't smite me.
Smite! Smite!
No,
Smite!
please.
Smite!
Wait,
Smite! Smite!
wait,
Smite!
wait.
Smite! Smite!
No.
Smite! 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 Smite!
I'm sorry, who you calling a bitch?
Ow.
there you go.
Ow.
I made a more reasonable smite.
I actually have to
Which
go
is essentially Anubis throws a small rock at your head.
take-
Okay, fine.
At least it was funny.
You mean an
I know that.
asteroid?
There's now a small crater right next to you.
Oh.
Suddenly, hydrogen bomb exploded next to her.
Yeah, Anubis just smote a pigeon. It was naughty in his sight. And therefore it must snuff it.
Alright. Murty wanted to know if you saw anything from the scrolls and you rolled a 20, so...
Yeah, I already have received my response.
I
I'm
gave
gonna
it a
make
whisper.
Katie giggle. I'm gonna make. I still need to wee.
10,000
Not
years.
anymore, you don't.
No, it's something else entirely. Don't worry about it, Bertie.
10,000 years and you still need a wee.
Yep.
Literally, I'm raged. Kinda is still Doug, I think.
Yeah, by the looks
Yep.
of it, just completely deafened.
I want to, well, I don't know what's Anakea doing. Is she coming with us, or...?
Go with you.
I ask Anakea to barter for, well, ask for the prices to stay at least one night with 6 people.
Zero's currently waiting for Elena to get back off the dockside, but in the meantime, he's just keeping an eye on everyone else, and as soon as he sees one or more people go into the inn, he's just going to walk up to them and is just like, buy a drink if you want, but maybe don't worry about that. I have well, you may not find anything further necessary.
I'll take your word for it.
Well, you see, Zero has pulled a few strings in the higher-ups of the Temple of Anubis to allow you all free stay.
I think my old instructor would be able to understand our current situation and the nature of this crusade, if you will.
Okay, I want to know if the guy is like kind to be like, I'm not gonna give her the weakest drink. I'm gonna give her the most pricey and strongest drink.
You come to a port town, you ask for the weakest drink. You sure you're in the right place, love?
No, seriously, just
You look a little
Do it.
lost.
do it. I'll pay double. Just give me whatever the tiniest bit.
Zero's just gonna casually walk up to the bar and is just like, "You got a shot of Calvados anywhere about? That brandy really hits the spot."
What's brandy?
Right, lassie.
I can do that.
All right, how much? Just
Alright.
price for that for inventory.
He'll give you the first one for free for amusement purposes.
Yes.
Okay.
After that, like 2 silver.
I also take one.
She's like, oh, I know wine. Wine does not have wine. Do that.
No, I say that. Oh,
This
if
used to
if
be
if,
wine,
if, if
and
you're
then
going
it
to
got
travel
made
with us,
better through
Yes,
a lot of heat and hard work.
you'll have to try this.
Fine. Give me the drink.
I don't usually indulge in such things on a whim, but this has a certain air of nostalgia about it.
And she's just going
I
to
have
down the
I have
entire
also-
thing that they give her, no matter the glass.
Uh-oh.
And
Constitution saving throw.
You can do a Constitution saving throw.
oh god, it's just like oh god.
Hit the button. Hit the
I know,
button.
I'm
Hit
looking.
the button. Core stats.
Because Zero
Core
is
stats.
because
Yay,
Zero is
18.
from
Absa
Saltport,
does not fall on the floor.
Because Zero is from Saltport
Yes.
and he's like he would have had this stuff before. Can he do this con check with advantage?
Yeah. That's
Can
Wrong
you
one.
saving throw?
Oh, that's
Oops,
a check, not a
I
save.
clicked. I pushed the button by accident.
Hafsa's now on the floor for some reason. I don't know why.
No, she's like, fine, more.
Well, if you
You
want
guys
more,
said-
Oh wow, this stuff.
well,
is
you
awesome.
don't need advantage.
So she's
That's,
like, more.
that's a real golden nectar.
Zero
Another.
takes it down like a friggin' boss.
So
Minus 2
she's like,
silver. Another.
yeah, another.
Marus,
Oh my God.
Marus is also going to gulp one.
Oh my god.
One
Okay, do I
second.
have to?
Minus 2 silver every time you drink another one.
Is it night or is it day?
Oh,
Okay.
It's late afternoonish. Hafsa is wobbling quite dangerously.
now
She's not
it'll
down
take.
yet.
It'll take either of you guys to try and convince her to drink one more. Right
I'm
now,
back
she's like,
there drinking already.
I don't know what's going on. She's just gonna look at Dragonborn.
Hold on.
You
Dragon
know,
Ball's
I
not there.
couldn't
there.
Oh,
Dragon Ball's not there.
Yeah,
How much silver to a gold piece?
10.
10.
Okay.
Marus is just not phased by this at all. This is pathetic. He's had.
so now I would like you guys to try and like convince her to get another one if you can.
Oh, God.
And whoever is doing it.
How long did it take me to get to them?
Like 15 minutes at most. You're on the docks. They're probably in one of these ones quite near the docks.
I'll find them pretty quickly.
Marus is a bit more wobbly after that second one, but he's not dead yet.
Sir only takes one this time.
I think so. I
Zero trying to hit on people.
I think so.
Hold on. Persuade.
Oh, fuck.
As soon
That
as I
means she
get there,
takes another
I'm
drink.
thinking, I'm gonna join in on this.
And so another Constitution save.
So wobbly. So very wobbly.
And she's probably fallen over onto the side of the paladin, like.
No, Hafsa is kind of leaning on the bar, covering up a particularly rude engraving that someone's done over time, and she looks at it and goes,
She's holding the glass.
boobies.
Holding the glass and like looking into it, like. More?
Wait.
More.
Which one is you, Zanika? Oh.
There.
Okay.
Yeah, not Anika.
Okay, so she's gonna be like,
Marus is
Going
back
to
to
do
normal. He's
something?
fine.
she's gonna do something really stupid. All right, the strongest drink. How much is the strongest drink? And do I have to do any like saving throw that's even more?
On the house, Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
How do I disadvantage?
Just roll it.
Yep, that's the final shadow, right?
Marus is on the floor. Hafsa is not on the floor. Hafsa is infused with Holy Radiant and is not on the floor somehow. Which basically means that Sakuma is just like, good. You remembered that time I drank a whole lake of beer.
Again.
Go, girl,
Stronger.
get another one.
Again. Stronger. Faster.
Harder, better, faster, stronger.
No.
Oh.
And faceplant.
Yeah, you're face planting now.
Like passed out or just face plant?
You just face planted into the bar.
I'm passed out.
She's gonna look at the rest of the guys.
Why are you guys are spinning?
Zero took
Why
two
are there
shots.
6 of
Why?
you?
Yeah.
Zero
What?
took 2 shots and is stone cold
I know,
sober. He
shit,
doesn't
sorry.
care.
Thur is
You're
also
like-
still sober.
Has your nose always been that pointed, Sarah?
Alright.
And
Elena's gonna join in on this now.
She could say, okay. I bet you that if I can do chug, if I can,
Elena's fine.
if I can,
I'm also taller,
If
so
I
takes
can
longer to
chug
hit my stomach.
this and not pass out, you guys owe me 1 gold each.
Go. Constitution saving throw
Like
again.
that's before, not after you neck the glass.
And she's fine again.
I think Sakuma's being like, here you go. Show him, girl. Can you do like a
Wow.
bless and let her?
And I just face planted.
So she had.
I-
Now you guys gotta take who did the bet. Who said yes to the bet?
I
Two
didn't say
men-
yes.
No one.
Nobody said yes. Because
Well,
everybody
then
had
she
said.
just-
2 members of the party are now passed out. Perhaps it is time
Another!
to move them.
I say to Zero, I think we'll have to continue our quest tomorrow.
She go another.
Well, this was unexpected.
I don't know which one of you is gonna carry the
What the fuck?
350
I was
pound.
honestly only going in for 1 drink, but
Likewise,
Well,
but it seems like
She's
someone
gonna keep
found
drinking it. She's like
some
probably
joy.
grabbed. What is it that they hold into it? Do they hold it in?
I
That little
lay
tumblers.
my hand on Hafsa's shoulder, say, I think you've had enough for today.
Fuck off, mate! She's gonna grab the biggest thing they have and she's just gonna continuously drink until she drops it. And let's see. What the
You have disadvantage now. You're on the floor.
Okay, but am I passed out?
Yes.
Okay. Now she's wondering, did I do good? Is Sakuma
Oh.
proud?
All the way over in Heket, Fur is just like, not Fur, Fuck is just like, me have strange feeling bar being desecrated. Eh. And then he goes back to polishing his bar.
So,
Sorry.
Alright,
So which one of you is gonna carry the 350 pound dragon?
I ask Anakea, can you get some rooms for us?
I hope you guys understand, by the way.
Anakia's already gone.
I'm not
Yeah,
hearing that.
Okay.
Allocated is
Then,
already by the dock side.
I think Sierra already dealt with the concept of rooming.
Yeah, Zero's already stated for the record that being that this is the town where his temple is, and he's been here for 21 years, you can literally talk to the high priest and say, hey, on a crusade right now, these are my companions, kind of need a roof.
Okay. Then I ask.
Though you might want to take the back door, given that, well, let's just say the priests tend to be a bit strict in terms of discipline, and the sights of some of these guys, need I say more?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have it to where she slightly, like, opens her eyes. And she's like, Sakuma, I did it!
think Thur's
And
gonna
then
have to
back
go
out
barefoot
again.
again. I think
Nope.
There's gonna have to go bear form to carry.
No, I'm not gonna run as a bear through town. Are you crazy? All right.
I want to make it through town.
I asked Ciro, can you get some accommodations for us here?
Yeah, and I relay the previous information
Alright,
about
yeah.
the temple, etc.
So it's currently Marus, Elena, and Hafsa who are all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
right?
just me and Third that are in the bar
Yeah.
and sober.
Alright.
So it's just
How
like,
many
okay,
drinks did she have?
You
Too
grab
many.
the feet, I'll grab the heads.
I apologize to the bartender and say that we will take care of our friends, and then I want to carry them outside.
My excuse is I was drinking with my
How many Constitution
with,
saves did I take? One,
my
two,
Dragonborn buddy merchant from my
three,
homeland.
Yeah.
We drank at least 3 casks.
Free casks? Wow.
Casks. Casks.
Yes.
Or Cask.
She just downed 9 massive drinks.
All right.
That one just blew.
So what I
What?
do is instead of transforming into a fucking bear, which would scare all the people here, I transform into a war horse.
That's not scary enough.
No.
Yes,
horses
but
are-
it's a normal animal for inside a town, and I can carry
just
at
a
least
big
2
horse.
people.
Big horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am going to try to carry
the long case.
both half Samarus, and then Ciro
Yeah.
can carry.
Zero only has
Elena.
13 strength, and
Oh.
to try and get Elena out of the bar, literally drops his shield on the floor and tries to use it like a sledge to just
Alright.
drag her out of there.
Yeah, and I'm carrying two of them. Ciro probably just bound them to me
Well, I'll
with
make
a rope.
this-
Yeah.
Would it be an unskilled strength check with advantage if I'm using a sledge or something like that?
Sure, let's go for it.
All right.
Yeah, you can slide it later around on your shield.
Alright.
Just
Alright.
Oh, I gotta ask Katie. How do
And,
you
uh,
I'm fairly certain the
PM?
guards are going to be questioning this,
Whisper it.
considering I've got my family guard. I've got my family signet on my chest right now.
All right. Katie, and do I probably also have to roll a strength check, right?
Yeah.
All right. I just roll 1d20 plus 4 because that's what the warhorse strength is. Come on. There we go.
Horse is good at carry. Horse is going to carry all the things. Or in this case, 2 drunk idiots.
So Sarah's going to take care of me and put me in a room.
Yeah.
After she gets into the room, Elena's going to wake up slightly and be like, "Gotta get this armor off."
So I follow Ciro to where
Yeah,
he's
so
going.
actually,
Yeah.
to be honest, that's what gonna actually happen because she's got things that are really pointy. She's like, this shoulder.
Gotta get the armor off. Help me, Sarah.
No.
I think. Wait,
I got
you guys-
this.
You guys are still unconscious.
Stay unconscious.
She's like half like gone.
No, you're unconscious.
No,
You drank
shut
too
up,
much.
You're out cold. God damn it! This is
You
not
rolled.
the time order that it's happening in.
No, she just wants the armor off because it's pointy.
No.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't feel a goddamn thing.
She's unconscious, Bon. No.
You roll the 3. You are
Yeah.
unconscious until next morning.
Yeah, Ciro just drags Elena on his shield to the door, and Third is following in horse, and Ciro basically just waves to Anarchy as they pass the dogs, to just like, "Party's over, fall below if you want the bed I was talking about earlier." And upon getting to the temple entrance, well, a few feet from the temple entrance, he just says to Third, "Wait here for a second. I'll open the back door up, but I gotta speak with the guy by myself first. He might not take too kindly with seeing this particular scene, as it were." And Phil would like to walk into the temple.
That's what I say.
Horse noises.
Elena's so drunk and unconscious, she's snoring smoke, by the way.
Yes.
When Hafsa snores, it's more like. "Oh."
Or just small
I
animals
guess
being
that's
stomped.
like that she's full on snorting full on smoke rings into the sky.
Just, why you guys?
One of the
Wow.
nostrils is rings, and the other nostril is a fully formed sailing ship that breaks the ring.
Yep.
Toot toot.
Oh, what's Seth saying?
All lonely.
Oh,
But to be honest, probably the best choice. Because these people are dangerous.
yeah. So anyway,
drunk.
Ciro steps inside the temple. Is there anyone about at this hour?
There's always a few priests running back and forth, and there is one who kind of, catches sight of you and is like, "Oh, Ciro, you finally decided to come back to us."
The road was long and winding, but yes, I suppose it has been some time since I stopped back here. How goes it?
We're thankful to see you in one piece. We've heard stories from the outside world. You might have noticed the wall we're building.
Yes, and also the state of some of the guards. I can't help but feel that my departure may have been somewhat ill-timed, all things considering, but all things happen for a reason, and
You have
such
been
are the
drawn back to
judgments
us
of
all the same. Must be destiny. The hand of Mart wills it.
Listen, I have a favor to ask. The
Yes.
short story is, there is a threat looming, and I have undertaken a crusade to eliminate it personally. I am not alone in this undertaking, and I have companions with me that are not from Amaran. They simply wish to have a roof over their head while we do what needs to be done in this town for the short time being. If there are any spare chambers, I would be grateful for your assistance in such manner. I don't believe this is the season when we're training new recruits, but anything that you have going in terms of quarters would be appreciated.
What kind of priest would we be if we let those in need stay without a roof over their heads? You're welcome to stay here.
Thank you.
You may find some of the chambers a bit cramped, though. He's kind of looking over your shoulder, and he can vaguely see the outline of the Dragonborn.
I will let them know they are welcome, and I will see you in the morning. May the guardian of the gates of eternity watch over us.
I believe we need that now more than ever. If you need assistance getting your friends in, we can assist. Because again, he can see the giant friggin' Dragonborn on the floor, snoring.
But yeah, that's business, and Ciro goes back outside to just motion to everyone, and, well, motion to the horse, and not to Anarchae, because Anarchae isn't technically there, but yes, this is fine.
Alright, and I come inside then. And I let people take those two on my back from my back as well.
They do have a brief moment of, why is there a horse in here?
Yeah.
Before just going, you know what, I'm gonna roll with it.
The moment they Hafsa and Elena are off my back, I
I'm
transform.
not on your back.
Yes, you are.
Hafsa and Maris.
No.
Marus.
Sorry, Marus. Yeah, sorry. That moment they come back, I transform back and say, "Thank you. Those two are quite heavy."
As much as this lady.
One
Katie,
of
I
the
just
one
sent
of the
you
new
a,
one of the newer acolytes' fates.
Katie, I sent you a PM with the contents
Yeah.
of the letter.
Okay.
And you also get the name of my parents too.
Might be useful some point.
Helena
made-
is how
you've
that
made-
second one's pronounced.
You've made a poor acolyte pass out.
Oh no.
He'll be fine. Probably. He seemed weirder.
Ciro's just
Why
going to
did he
take the
pass
time
out?
to, if he's passed out like in the middle, so he's just going to take the time to just gently pick him up and just rest him against at least one of the walls, so he's out of the way.
Yeah.
And then tend to the other unconscious people and carry Maris and Hafsa to their rooms, and then say that I'll be back for Elena to just hold on. Needs 2 pairs of hands.
Just nudge the Dragonborn along.
Yes.
Any
And
of
one
you
thing,
like to go get Anakea? Or has Anakea completely slipped your minds?
I waved to Anakea while we were leaving the inn, and Anakea just apparently stayed on the docks. If everyone else is in their rooms, then I guess it would kind of be about dusk right now, but Zero would, I guess, take a stroll outside just to see if he can still see her sitting there. And if she is still there, just walk up and say, understand, and wanting some peace and quiet, and should you feel like dreaming tonight as well, you know exactly where the rooms are. They should welcome you openly if you tell them you are with me.
Okay. Thank you for your help. I'm gonna get up and walk over to the rooms.
Nice.
hey Katie, when we have everybody wake up, can you say what I asked you to have happen?
Right. I want to while we're there, just speak to Zero. While he has some free time.
Yeah, once everyone is in their quarters, Zero just sits with Zero has his own room from when he was an acolyte, and he just sits in there, just musing over a few things that were left on the shelf, mostly just books, a scroll or two.
I walk up to Zero and say, Zero, you have more experience with this town than anyone else. What do you think we can expect here?
More than anyone else, true, but not a great deal of complicated experience beyond these temple walls, I must admit. The priests here, they like to keep everyone focused on the inside, both literally and, well, metaphorically when it comes to the spirit.
Yes.
As for what I have seen about the port, it's... Most of the villagers here earn a living by fishing all year round. The land isn't... This far south is not as plentifully suited for farming as further north. You see grasses around some of the houses, but that's mainly from the morning dew. It's not the kind of irrigation you would need for crops. As for what the actual people that would consider themselves above peasantry would be like, that I have very little experience of. Suffice it to say that there being a dock here and this being a significant port town on the map as a whole, though I couldn't draw all the roads for you, means money flows in and out. And the people who control that money would likely have a disproportionate amount of influence, shall we say, even under the watchful eyes of those designated people.
I see. Casey, what did Nabate told us something about Saltport? What did he tell us again?
I cannot remember
People
exactly
are
what he
going
told
missing.
me.
Oh yeah, people are going missing. Yeah.
Yes, that's what it was. People were going missing at the startlingly regular basis. Never any bodies found. Never any ransom notes. Just people go poof.
I think we should start with the missing people first.
Agreed.
Are we awake now or no?
Nope, next
Look,
morning.
you two are still talking at night.
Okay. Because if neither one of you disarmored Elena, she's gonna be pissed.
None of... I didn't disarm you. Because EO metal armor.
Still just looks as late as skin.
You're not capable of touching it.
No, but like Third never wears metal armor, so he doesn't know how restricting it is. So he wouldn't have an idea.
That's no excuse for Zero.
Yeah.
Zero's just being a dick.
Still sleeps with his chainmail on. He's used to it at encamping because he's paranoid about being ambushed at night.
It just means you can't get a full restful sleep. At the same time, you sleep at disadvantage. I guess.
To be fair,
Elves don't
you're
sleep,
drunk.
that's the thing. They just
That's true.
meditate and
Yeah.
have literal, like, mental exercises that replace what a sleep cycle would be.
I also want to ask Zero, do you know of how much help Anubis can be to us?
It's been a while since I've tried to commune with him directly. I send him my words whenever I feel there is a great need for guidance from him, but perhaps while we are here I would be able to glean something more, something actually insightful to the nature of what we are facing.
Yes, but I think that will have to wait until tomorrow when our friends are, awake and slightly groggy, probably.
Understatement of the millennium.
Maybe not.
I wish Zero a good night and go to my own quarters again.
Yeah. And a good night to you too. And once the conversation is over, Cyril would like to wait until pretty much everyone in the temple has gone to sleep and the altar in the main chamber is completely unattended.
Okay.
And at that point, walk up and just kneel on both knees and simply clear mind and say the incantation that as acolyte is drilled in to simply the words of respect that you offer to Anubis when you want to ask him something personal, or not even ask something personal, just to simply acknowledge that you know that he is there and you respect his presence, is how Owen's basically taught.
And upon giving this prayer, you can feel the somewhat strange presence of Anubis in the back of your mind. He appreciates your words. You are not going to be eaten by the Devourer this night. Or hopefully any night.
Simply holding in his mind as a mental image while the words are being spoken, Zero just holds the picture of generic person, as it were, and then in their place instantly, void, nothing, no trace. And just a feeling of question, why, when, who, what.
The phrase... let's see. What's the phrase? The phrase chains of a natural life springs to your mind. There is
With that
something
be-
blocking the access to, to any afterlife.
Something is
I'm
blocking
getting
the way.
some kind of sense of this. Zero then refocuses to a different question, or not so much question as an object, I suppose. And the specific object this time is just a picture of all the various cultist rituals and the nature of all the desecration in Osiris's chamber, the ruins and what was going on inside them, the face of the Avatar set, and overall all of it just this concept of blood magic. Just holding that in his mind.
The feeling you get is that Anubis would rather like to help you with this, but he is bound to what he is allowed to do. And yeah, everyone's roll 20 shouted itself for a moment.
Well, actually no, mine was actually kind of fine, but everyone else had apparently left.
Yeah, it does that.
Yeah, that's what it looked like on mine.
For me, it said I lost in connection when I tried to reconnect. But, buttons still not connected again. Reconnected, I mean.
There we go.
Sorry.
There you
As the final vision of communion, as it were, Ciro pictures the typical image of Anubis as it is, with the scales and the heart and the feather on each side of the scales as a big background silhouette. And then within that silhouette, Ciro pictures also himself holding in one hand his sword and in the other the other ornamental feather that is also part of Anubis Knight's armor that is made for newly anointed champions. And simply just the feeling of, would that then be permitted?
For the first time in quite a long time, the very voice of Anubis speaks within your mind. Your heart will never betray you, my son. Your life will never be forfeit in my realm.
Ciro clears his mind and simply bows his head further, simply just feeling gratitude.
Can we wake up already?
Yeah.
You can wake up now.
Yeah, that's the end of
And did you say anything?
Well, okay. Upon waking up, one thing is very much apparent. Drinking so much to the point she passed out has actually not affected Hafsa at all. She has apparently impressed Sekhmet so much that Sekhmet has blessed her with no hangover.
I guess I need to make a constitution saving for hangover.
Yeah. Those of you who passed out do that.
Fuck.
You are groggy as shit, man.
Come on, I drink almost constantly back at home.
Marus is wobbly. Very wobbly. He looks a bit pale, and he keeps looking for plant pots he might be able to throw up in. Where's the nearest plant pot? Don't tell me it's a wild magic sorcerer.
Alright, I am going to hunt down some whiskey and some tea.
So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new day.
Also, I'm gonna stare daggers at Thyro for not removing my armor last night.
So
Did they remove my armor?
Nope.
Your armor's made of
Didn't I say that I went around? Where were you all resting?
just in separate quarters across the temple, like where acolytes or initiates would be.
All the access? Does everyone have access to them?
The doors are locked.
Okay, well, I did say I went around making sure everyone was resting, thingy? On what I said exactly. I said I went around making sure everyone is rested comfortably, including...
Which means that Anakea was able to sneak everybody's armor off.
Alright, so...
Hopefully you had other stuff.
I mean,
Wait,
my character is only wearing robes, I believe. Nothing else.
I've got some skivvies on.
Yeah. Not nothing.
You're not naked, don't worry.
I got some.
Oh,
I've got some sort
if you
of
were,
undergarment on.
if you were, my character would have immediately put your armor back on.
Like, I don't want to see that.
No, it's not like she's got boobs, so she doesn't have to wear a bra.
Who would like to explain to Marus what he missed whilst he was passed out on the floor of the bar, drooling into a little puddle?
I wouldn't know. I was sitting next to the ducks with my pseudo dragon friend, not alone because you keep getting on. I have a pseudo dragon.
To be honest, I think all the characters keep forgetting you have a pseudo dragon.
I mean, you can unsummon the pseudo dragon and just summon it at will. That's a part of the.
It's okay, puppy. Come here.
I'm like, no.
Come here.
Actually, yeah, I can summon it, but I want it around.
Alright.
I don't want to dragon around.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Alright.
Pseudo
I
dragon.
think we just all sit for breakfast together and
Yeah, that's what
talk
I was thinking too.
talk about what we're gonna do today.
Yeah, I relayed in my various visions from around on midnight the previous night, and specifically the chains of false life, and Anubis being blocked from interfering with whatever has happened to those disappearing people.
What? It sounds serious, and it also sounds like this could definitely be something of the cultists doing.
Wouldn't surprise me one bit.
I think today should be a day where we separate around town and gather as much information about missing people as possible.
Agreed.
I
Get a
will
map,
take the
pick a
dock.
cart, and do everything you can to find out what is in that.
I really want to use my full ability at some point.
I will take the
Some-
docks. I have a contact there already I can question.
Someday I
Look
will
at
use
your
my
side where
full
the temple is. It's where I'm most familiar
Oh,
with.
oh
and
dear.
The least likely to miss any
That
sort of back
that's
alleys.
some bad thing.
It's not
Sounds
affecting
like
the voice weirdly. I think it's
Sounds
because
like
the
worse
stream
thing.
is going on.
Yeah, you can end the stream if you want to.
No, but because I want to, it records it as well, so I can import it to YouTube for keeping on for future. That's what I like. That's
Can't
why
argue
I'm
that
kind of
logic.
streaming. Okay.
Alright. Having had my whiskey and my tea to help get rid of my hangover, I'm gonna head out to the docks then.
Alright.
I'm just gonna add.
I have, of course, redressed myself in my armor.
I'm also going to add that the bartender looked at you really weirdly when you asked for that.
I think we should also say that we're meeting at noon again here.
Mm.
To
It's
see
a
what we're finding.
family tradition. It helps. It was taught to me since I was like 12 that that's how you get rid of a nasty hangover.
All right.
So I've known
So-
I've known this trick for 3 years.
What Thur wants to do is he wants to walk around in the city as a cat and overhear people and listen if you can hear anything about missing people.
Okay. The kitty cat can do this.
What? Yes. I mean,
Yes. I would let the kitty cat do this, but this
I've-
means the kitty cat must proceed.
actually, it's probably gonna be. Let's see a character sheet for a dog here. There's one for a mastiff, right?
You have doggo fur.
You should be Birdo Thur.
I'm not gonna walk around as a wolf. I'm gonna walk around as a dog, right?
Oh yeah, good point.
Because dogs have advantage.
I
on
think
perception-
mastiff.
Yeah,
Mastiff
as a-
counts as a dog.
yeah. I'm gonna
Really?
well, yeah, like the dog character sheet because dogs have a advantage on hearing perception tests.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm gonna walk around the streets as a dog and try to overhear any people talking about missing people.
Let's see what you can actually do.
Right,
What can doggo fur hear?
let's see. Is it just a perception roll then?
See, I'm back to normal after that drink.
Mostly.
Must have. Well, I can use my own wisdom and then just get the advantage on the perception. I already have a passive perception of 13. Just want to say that. I'm just gonna
Get
roll
that
up.
bruise.
Well, this is the dog perception thingy. Let's see, skills. I roll perception check and then I have advantage on it.
What was that?
22.
Sorry?
I'm walking around like this time, like the morning until noon, as a dog to see what I can find out about the.
Now, you hear quite a few people talking about missing people. People who've been. Some people say it's kidnapping. Some people say it's like alien abductions. Because yeah, those weirdos exist even now. Some people say they've just run off. But
And do they also say who they are, who the person are that missing?
There doesn't seem to be any clear pattern. There's traders who are saying it. There's fishermen who are saying it. You hear some of the sailors near the inn saying it. People who only here for like a couple of days at a time saying some of theirs have gone missing.
Okay.
Although with them, you just get the sort of conversation of, is he falling in the sea again? I'm not fishing him out this time. Guess the sailors just don't give a shit.
Yes. All
Right.
Alright.
I'm gonna hit up my merchant fellow and see if he's got any information for me. And he should be well on my good side considering the amount of gold I just dropped on him.
Only 10.
That's
Just buy him a sandwich.
I'm gonna get a drink real quick.
10 gold's more than a sandwich.
No, this guy had expensive sandwiches.
I'm just gonna eat my locusts.
10 gold would buy a freaking farm back in his hometown.
By this time,
so-
how much have my ants and locusts gone down?
They have all run
Your
away.
rations, like everything else, depends what you choose to eat.
Well, she eats most of the locusts, so the locusts are probably gone. She keeps the candied ants for herself. Like, barely any at all.
So, hang on. Your merchant friend greets you quite happily. And he says to you, "What brings you here again so soon?" Was it since about a couple of days without seeing your face?
Today, it's business. I'm actually here in town to look into the disappearings that have been happening. I was hoping you had some information for me. Or
Good,
you
good.
could find some for me.
I could try. Some of the guys have been saying bits, like some of the sailors from the other ships have gone missing, but you know how it is with sailors. Fall in the sea, fish them out a couple of days later, they're fine. Sometimes you fish for trident instead, that's also fine.
Right.
Words to the wise, though. Be careful. Don't think this is no normal thing. I mean, you keep up
Considering-
sailors.
Considering what I've already experienced, I don't think anything would surprise me now.
Zero's going to take the opportunity until noon to talk specifically to the guards and anything they would have seen on patrol or just general duty around the city. And before the group splits up, he would like to suggest to Anakea that Zero takes the north side of the city by around the temple, and Anakea would take the south of down like more of the other roads, just to cover more ground, etc.
I'll check in the tavern and ask the tavern keep, whatever the name of the person is.
He doesn't have a name.
the role of his thing is, I mean, whatever his role is.
And
Innkeeper.
Keep. Okay.
But yeah, talking
go
to
ask him.
guards. Even with advantage. No.
You're not getting much out of these
No.
guards. They seem tight-lipped for a reason. They're just sticking to the story of people are going missing, probably being kidnapped. Maybe someone wandered into the salt marshes and got stuck. We don't know.
I'm going to start asking around for anyone who's had a close-knit family member disappear.
Could we have Annika ask the innkeeper first with persuasion?
Yeah, go ahead.
If Annika
Annika?
is alive.
What? Sorry, I'm
Do
trying
you
to
want to
check
ask
something.
the innkeeper with persuasion?
Yes. I would like to persuade the innkeeper to tell me. I'm trying to find it. Don't worry, I have two character sheets, so it's confusing me. Yeah. Oh.
Well, you get a bit more information than Zero does. He looks both ways and kind of leans over the bar and just says, "You asked me. One of those weird lich things, necromancers. I don't know. Just, come on, we're in a city that's kind of built around dead people. Figures cultists would take advantage."
Yeah, Salvador has like a really fancy graveyard, by the way. Just everyone gets a polished headstone. There are no poor people's grave. It's all very ceremonial.
Also, this is the temple. You may notice it's a completely different style to everything else because it was built by foreigners.
Do you know of any of the names of the people who were taken?
Well, he names off a couple of people, And as he does so, he's pointing like in various directions to say, like, "Oh, they live over there. They live over there. They come from over the sea." They
Did
don't
live
really
with
seem
other-
to be any kind of pattern.
Did they live with other people?
Yeah, I think some of them have families, like big ones. Know at least 2 of them left behind kids.
Can you point me in the direction of which those 2 are?
You go down this main road a little bit, past the guard towers. It's like first house on your left.
Okay, I guess I'll head there.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll head over there.
Have fun with spooky ghost children.
What?
Don't worry. Just have fun with children. They're not ghosts. That's a completely different adventure. Who is next?
I think
Typing.
Marus still has to do something.
Also typing.
Yeah, give me just 2 seconds.
Okay. Would
Well-
you like to do anything?
Marus doesn't really know anyone here to ask. And he's kind of has his mind on his personal research. He's trying to make sense of what he learned from the tomes.
Mhm.
So he's kind of put the main mission on the back burner on his mind because the knowledge from the tomes is a bit more important to him because of his, flaws and stuff.
Because you put your knowledge above everything else.
I mean, the main flaw of the character is unlocking an ancient mystery is worth the price of a civilization.
Just hopefully not this civilization.
This is why my character doesn't trust you. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. That's what flaws are for. Great dissonance within the party.
Being a scholar, his main purpose in life had been, learning and learning and learning.
Same, which they should. These 2 should be bonding instead of going at each other.
You're a high elf and a half drow.
Yeah.
That's true.
Your
Uh,
very
and your
genetics
goals-
demand you hate each other.
Also, being half drow and being shunned by everyone, he doesn't trust people, especially the ego levels of high elves. He doesn't trust.
Hers isn't that big, but yeah, it is.
Well, majority of the high elves he's seen before he came to this land is, yeah.
On top of that, like you just said, he would mind the entire civilization being wiped out just for some research. So your character wouldn't really get along with his ideals with it.
No. I mean,
CF.
this is why he's a chaotic neutral.
As is mine.
If saving a civilization would somehow help him unlock this knowledge, he would gladly help. But otherwise, it would take some time convincing him to try to actually help. So far, things seems to be aligning. So he's fine with hanging along,
Right.
You currently interest him.
Alright, so Marus is just not doing anything.
No.
Marusi's picking his nose and looking.
Has Hafsa done anything today? I don't think she has.
No, I've been waiting for you guys to.
Okay, Hafsa, what
Um,
do you want to do?
Well, she woke up. She wants to go to the blacksmith to see if he can shine things up. She wants to be extra shiny. She feels very confident about herself right now, and wants to get that nick out of the nicks and crannies that have from the battles that she had. She's just like,
You
this
don't
is
get
why I
crazy
wasn't.
now.
She's like, this is why I wasn't fighting.
So we have a mission, but Hafsa decides to not do anything.
She's just gonna get it fixed,
Okay.
and then she'll bring right
Okay.
back.
Hafsa goes to the blacksmith. When she tells the blacksmith what she wants, the blacksmith gives her a look that can be best described as lol what.
Lolwood, mate.
Can you just get it shiny?
He's still going to give you the look.
Surely
Why?
Brett is
2
used
gold.
to Paladins
Okay.
being
Shiny.
being extremely
Egomaniac.
How much silver do I have to convert? How much?
20.
1 silver to 1 gold.
20 silver for 2 gold.
What? Yeah, 20 silver is 2 gold. So 10 silver is 1 gold.
Okay, so then 70, or is that 7 gold would be?
70 silver.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Are you just converting everything to silver?
No, I'm doing the different currencies.
No, you don't do that. You only have it. You have it all across the different currency types.
Okay. Well, once that's all done and good with, then she's gonna go find. And because of it, just for the sake, she's gonna go up to Maru, so she's gonna go up to Sarah and be like, I told you I could do it. I don't know how. In response to the drinking.
You hear a strange rumbling in the distance. Maybe we shouldn't be invoking the wrath of potential god.
What god did I do?
What god did you do? What?
What god didn't you offend?
Wink wonk.
Think it would. At this point, I believe you have offended the mother goddess. Because she doesn't like seeing division. She may withdraw her She may
wasn't
withdraw
being
her
mean.
blessing. If
She doesn't mean it as a mean way. She means it playful. She's trying to at least make friends of them now instead of just acquaintances.
never be too sure of a drown. Who hasn't done anything yet?
I think everyone has done
Yeah, I
something,
think
right?
everyone's done something.
Yeah.
I think everyone's done something. I'm not sure if Tynot is here right now. That's silence if he isn't.
I know what my next thing to do is.
I'm back.
Oh, there we go.
Well,
Hello? You here?
Yeah, I'm still about.
Okay. So, are we okay with moving on to whatever Anarchy would like to do next?
Yep. If in fact I would like to make it so, as I'm walking back to the inn, I run into Anakea, and I would attach myself to her side.
Not physically, thankfully.
and now we'll go and send you somewhere else.
Suddenly, a planar shift opens. And a bear drops out.
God damn it.
I am going to go to the house of the family of the one who went missing.
Okay, which is down here.
Okay. Can I check to see if they're in? So I guess I knock on the door.
It takes a while before anybody comes to the door. And the man who comes to the door is holding a greatsword. And to be honest, on seeing a tiefling on the other side of the door, he kind of wets himself a little. Like, what do you want?
And then he
Don't take any more. Don't take any more.
No, I sent you away. I told you to go away.
What?
To be honest,
I'm trying to the family. That's the house of a family who's just
Dragonborn
had someone be
don't
taken
really
away, and you're an 8-foot dragonborn.
Yep.
I think intimidating them is not the best idea.
I mean, he's already pretty pants-wettingly terrified because you're a
I
tiefling.
was gonna play with the children.
Uh,
Ahem.
I'm not touching that one.
Apparently, Bun and Alloy are.
What would you like to say to this mildly terrified, mildly peace-out man?
I'd like to tell him that I'm not going to harm him, and I'm here to try to
Ben.
try to find out where his
Sorry.
family's gone, or where
It's
his
incredibly
member
hot.
of his family's gone.
Okay, he
Should I roll persuasion or what?
roll persuasion. That's enough for him to put the sword down. I mean, he doesn't drop it or anything. He's not going to hit you with it anytime soon.
I'd like to clarify that I am still in my clothing rather than armor right now.
Yeah, but you're a tiefling, so you're terrifying.
No, I know.
So, I'm not sure what you can do. Guards have looked all over.
Is there anything you can tell me about what happened? Maybe who took him, or
They went out the village one day, never came back. Seems how it always goes. Sometimes they vanish from in here, but when it's us, when it's the common folk, it's always when we dare leave these walls. At the moment we go out, all the protections we got just go gone. Please don't yawn into your microphone.
Sorry.
I think our music's over.
So none of you common folk have been taken from inside the walls.
Seems like we're safe in here. Maybe they're scared of Anubis. Don't know.
Do you know where they went before they were taken?
They went up towards salt marshes, just north of it.
Is that where everyone's gone, or is it just your family?
No, at least a couple have gone up there. Starting to think you should just put up a big sign, you know. Don't go here. You're gonna die.
Is there anything else you could tell me that might help me find whoever did this?
Whoever did this, they don't want money. They don't want ransom. But I don't think you're gonna find anyone alive. You just gotta hope that maybe Anubis took him through to the other side safely.
Okay, well, thank you for your help. I will try to avenge your family.
Do what you can, Tiefling.
And let loose upon them the dogs of war.
Give up now.
I would like to.
Yes.
See, what I want to do is I want to find someone whose father was taken, someone who was taken recently, who has children, and I want to give the children a sense of happiness, real quick, just to like.
If there are any children who have been orphaned by these disappearances, they will likely be in the temple.
Temple.
Because
Then I'll head back to the temple.
Can I find Fur?
Bearman.
Fur.
Yes.
That
you
one. Where is he currently?
Currently, I think while you're doing that stuff, Sir is walking around as a dog, listening to people.
He's a doggo.
I think you when we went and down, you did see him transform into a dog. So,
right.
If you see him, he's probably walking around the dogs at least. Like that's where the most of the people are. So that's why he's walking. Yeah.
Jumps into ocean. Regret. I mean,
look, I still retain my intelligence.
Well, if you're gonna make a convincing dog, you're gonna jump in the ocean.
No, I don't.
Okay, fine. You're gonna help the other dogs in the ocean.
I'm going to go and find Fur.
Sure.
Is that going to happen now, or is now someone else to talk?
I think the only person who hasn't gone yet is
Bun.
Zero. No, Bun wasted her turn right for going to be shiny.
So I'll try talking to them.
So shiny!
Zero, what would you like to do?
After talking to those guards unsuccessfully.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. You tossed the guards.
Yeah.
That means everybody has gone.
Yeah.
You can now either all meet up and consider it noon and the end of the thing.
I mean, if Anakea wants to find Thur, I think we should do that. But
okay.
Well, I guess we could wait until I. Well, I'll go talk to her first. So I'm going to explain what I heard.
Alright.
And what I was told to, I guess, to a dog. Yes.
I mean,
I like to imagine midway through, Anarchaea just stops and goes, "This looks so dumb," but then continues.
Gotta make sure this is actually fair.
Like, you're actually fair, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think when it reaches the end of the conversation, the 3-hour period that I can transform into an animal is probably over. So I transform back into
You're just sat like you were as a dog, but as an orc.
Yeah.
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 So I explained what I heard, and I also think of the possibility of maybe going out there and seeing if we can find anything. It's the best lead we have, I think.
There ponders it and things. Perhaps we should lay a trap. Have someone of us as bait for.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. Have someone look unarmored or something, and maybe lure them in.
Yes.
While we're all sneaking around them.
There's only one thing that might set them off as.
Sarah, why are you here?
I thought we were all meeting him up at noon.
No, this is Anarchaea looking for me at the docks.
Oh, okay, never mind.
It's okay.
Sarah, you can just come, just talk and be like, how did you do that and not hangover?
But the bear is still talking.
Yeah.
Yes.
The bear?
They're still talking.
Yes, the bear and the not bear finish.
Okay.
I'm used.
It's unbearable when someone barges into the conversation.
Sorry.
Especially barge into the conversation.
Bears.
Yeah, so I guess we have someone out there.
Yeah.
We'll stay close by.
God.
That person would probably have to be you. Although at the same time, do you think they might take an unarmored half-orc? Or do you think it'd be too intimidating for them?
I was thinking that at least I could wait in inconspicuous animal form and follow the person we are sending as baits. I also have the ability to cast an invisibility spell on anyone, so we could have 2 people tracking the person we're sending in as baits. Me and someone else.
That sounds like a good plan. But
yes, but I think we should talk this over with the rest.
Yes, I agree.
I think we should talk that over with the rest of the party.
I agree.
And this would bring you nicely into going to meet everybody else.
Yes.
Okay.
It is now noon. Meet everybody. Discuss your
findings.
Noon. Yep. I can ask everyone else what they found out.
Sarah just slumps down on the stairs of the temple frustrated. All the gods say exactly the same thing. It's like they don't even bother looking in the first place.
More work.
They all took an arrow to the knee, huh?
Yep. It's unfortunate. So many arrows.
My end was at this point I'd like to point out that Elena is probably entertaining the children, the orphan children too. But my search turned up no information of use. And goes back to entertaining the small children.
Oh, we're heading in the room with us while we're discussing our plan.
I'm sorry,
no, he put that as his out of character one, so
yeah,
it was just an out of character suggestion.
Oh, right.
Who else would like to talk about what they found? Unless they were like Hafsa, who just pissed about for a bit.
This isn't her place. She has no idea what to do.
I think this means Anarchaea and Fur should reveal their plan.
Yeah,
that's a nice charisma saving throw.
And then
That's me entertaining small children.
You're very good at entertaining small children.
I think that would be more performance, isn't it?
You breathe confetti.
Yeah, the performance.
It's
It
more
would be a performance
performance,
check, but yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
essentially
that's
the
fair.
same role.
Yeah, unless you have
Essentially, yeah.
You know, I'll let you have it as a performance just this once. You are very good at it.
Yeah,
I'm
so
only
I think
15, so
I
I
think
should be good at entertaining children.
me and Anna Kay, I should reveal the plan now.
Yep.
So, like, we probably convey the information that people are like disappearing from town, and people from within the town actually only disappear outside when they venture outside, and that we have devised a plan to lure people in, like lure the cultists out, basically.
and that we need either Hafsa or Syro to.
Actually, why not have Marus do it?
Wait,
I mean-
what is it that we want to do?
Remember last time when
Wait,
Syro
listening.
removed his
Have you
armor?
been listening?
Yes, I
Well,
have, but you guys have to understand that sometimes my brain does other things. while
We're
talking.
using somebody as bait.
Yes,
I'll
we're
do
going
it.
to go somewhere and we will use someone
Have
as bait.
Marus do it. He is already
No.
unarmored, and he could just be seen as a monk traveling.
My armor is also stupidly
In his
huge,
robes.
so
All right.
Just shiny.
I
And
can.
he is the most
I
likely
can
to be able to
train-
defend himself.
I can go
when they
into my
attack.
priestal robe type thing.
Maybe.
I say I can make someone invisible for 1 hour, and that's it. Does anyone else have abilities that could help us with this?
That's gonna be...
So, you know, I can disguise myself. So, if we found out what they look like, I could disguise myself as one of them, but I can't do it unless I know who we're up against.
Yeah.
I've got nothing for stealth and infiltration of my, at least not the stealthy infiltration. On my,
Okay. Marus, you have anything useful in your mind?
Well, we're definitely not letting the shiny boy and girl do it. Remember last time what happened
No,
when
I
the
can
shiny
change
boy...
into robing.
Not void!
Let me speak, please. Remember what happened last time the shiny boy removed his armor? He nearly died. Without their armor, they seem to...
I
Don't
can wear my
survive
robes
too long.
over my chainmail. He took off his chainmail.
You would still be very shiny.
Also,
and may I make a
your
point out?
your armor would still be visible due to your heavier movements, due to your wearing chainmail under a robe.
And I am
Actually-
certain that if we are doing the whole letting them get captured and then following them plan, what is going to be going down is they're going to probably knock him out first, which means they're going to search them, which means you want to send someone who's not going to have much that looks threatening.
I only carry
Armor's
staff
not
and some
threatening.
daggers. I can easily do that because they won't be suspecting when they fireball hit their face.
Nobody expects the Marus Inquisition.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So if we send Marusen as our bait, have him feign being easily knocked out.
Yes, it might also be a good idea that, yeah, if someone unarmed goes out, they're even less. Well, they're even more likely to be attacked. Then
The alternative is that when someone attacks, if it's only a few of them, I could charm one of them or two of them and get